Warning, the following is entirely satirical and should not be taken as truth or fact. Styles Rebel Radio and the Rebel Podcast do not own any copyrighted material that may be included in this broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
If someone walks out of the 7-Eleven, I'm kicking their fucking ass.
Suspend the show right now.
You're gonna zipline directly into the harpoon?
Yeah,
What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore.
Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio. We're saving the underground music scene. I'm radio's Rebel DJ Style. Call off the search. We found him.
Holy shit. Where the hell was he?
To my right is Shane E.
Hey, everyone.
We found him wandering in his underwear.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I just woke up and was wandering in my underwear.
We're not going to talk about the passport that you had from England, but
Okay,
I
Walter.
fell asleep after the show on Monday. As soon as we went off air, I fell asleep. Well, 2 Mondays ago.
yeah.
And then I woke up on like maybe 12 hours ago, Sunday. And I was wandering, and Style was driving down the road.
Yeah.
He saw me, and he was like, "What are you doing? Get in here!" That's how he talks off air.
It
Yeah.
is. It's true.
Not
This
the
is all
show.
voice. Yeah, no,
Not
not
the
on
show.
off air.
But
No, I put on this voice to do off air as well.
Yeah,
Jules
yeah.
is on the board.
Hello.
At least you weren't wandering in Pittsburgh, because we wouldn't have had much help to find you.
yeah, no, at least not between 3 and 7 a.m. That's for damn sure.
That is the witching hours, 3 a.m., right?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it is.
The witches are coming out. The cops are going away.
That's why they made the law.
Yeah.
Tell me about this law.
So the Pittsburgh Police Department is apparently understaffed, so much so to the point that they are no longer, I guess, responding to calls that were not in progress before the hours of 3 and 7.
Cue the SpongeBob. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, yeah.
And any new calls that come in, they're like, nah.
I don't feel like it.
That's so crazy. Because so calls not considered are, quote, in progress emergencies. Or if they're not in
If
progress.
they're not in progress emergencies,
They
they get
won't-
ignored to
Right. They go to
operating system, I guess.
like a dispatch
Do they
unit.
get a voicemail? Do you leave a voicemail for the police to respond back in the morning?
From what I understand, it's something like how a payphone works for prison.
Oh,
Like you
no.
leave your intro message of what's wrong to an
That's
automated
insane.
server and it dictates it from there. That's what I gather from this article.
See, I am starting to believe that you do get a dispatch, but they tell you like, okay, well, good luck. Like, we're not sending an officer out if that's what you're looking for. Like, I think
What are you gonna be doing at 5?
I think they just
We
write
can,
a
we can schedule an officer.
yeah,
around
yeah,
5 or
yeah.
6
We'll schedule
a.m.
an officer for you. Come do a drive by, but
The-
right
the
now you're fucked, dude.
Police is about to be your cable guy. He'll be there between any time between
Yeah,
5
yeah.
and 10 a.m.
You just gotta be
Yeah,
ready.
hang tight.
But so that leads me to believe though then that like you're gonna have to it doesn't matter what it is, you're gonna have to make it sound like an emergency.
Right.
Like there's a problem, help, this is
I'm
it.
dying.
Yeah,
Blood is
That-
everywhere.
I lost my keys, it's an in progress emergency. Send officers quick. It is
It's,
4 a.m.
Imagine like because I used to have a car that sucked and the key didn't work in the door lock.
Mhm.
And sometimes my battery would completely take a shit. So when my battery would die, I would not be able to get into my car.
Right.
So I would have to call the non-emergency police to come out to my vehicle to pop it and let me in so I can get going and figure out how to get the
Right.
battery and, So if that was the situation, I would be chilling
be
on
screwed.
the ground outside my vehicle
You'd be screwed.
until 7 a.m. when the
Yeah.
cops turn on the phones.
I'm about to make a really niche reference. There's an episode of My Name is Earl where there's a security officer, and his whole job is to watch a public bathroom. It's just like a park public
Sick.
bathroom. That's his whole duty. He got demoted. That's what he does now, right? And so a lady comes out and goes, "There's no toilet paper in the women's restroom." He goes, "I'm an officer of the law. I'm not a custodian." And she goes, "Well, then I'd like to file a report. The toilet paper was stolen." That's what's going to happen right now in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Everything's just gonna start miraculously getting stolen.
Yeah.
And it's an in progress emergency.
Which,
People will just lie. Like,
so again, this is something that sounds reasonable on paper. I would assume if you're in the office of like, hey, we've noticed a significant decrease in crime over the last couple of years between 7 and 3 a.m. That's a good thing. You should be proud of yourself for that.
Right.
At that point, internally, you should be like, all right, well, maybe we don't need to staff as many officers. What you don't do is make a public announcement that there's not going to be
Yeah.
police between certain hours.
Yeah.
Schedule your crime, folks.
Yeah, that's all. Now there's going to be a significant spike between 7 and 3 a.m.
Right, because
3 and 7.
well, and they just outed themselves
7.
for not having enough members on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of
They're
staff.
like-
They're doing this because they're low on staff. So they're outing themselves as like, hey, we don't have a lot of guys, and we're not going to be patrolling between these hours if
Now crime
anyone
is
wants
just,
to do anything. We're
crime
just
is
letting you
gonna
know.
spike in Pittsburgh.
Dude, we got
Right.
4 hours of purge. That's what that means.
Not gonna lie, I was in Pittsburgh a couple months ago for the Taylor Swift concert, and
So much crime.
it ended like not gonna lie, it was kind of sketchy. We were walking back to the car a couple blocks away because obviously everybody and their mom wanted to see Taylor Swift.
Right.
And we ended up walking behind some tweaker lady that was talking herself down that we weren't going to attack her.
Mm.
Like out loud, she was like, "I'm fine. They're just walking. I'm
Right.
good." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna cross the street now. I need to go home. Mom, can you come pick me up? I'm scared."
Yeah, crazy people are going to be out. And
Call
they-
your mom, not the cops.
I guess.
There's gonna be 2 issues with this. Number one, crime is gonna spike between these hours. Obviously.
pay.
Crime is gonna pay. We need RoboCops.
Yeah,
What we
we
need.
do. Yeah, we do.
Spider-Man. Like,
Well,
we
that
need
was
a
my
Pittsburgh
second point. Is
Spider-Man.
there's gonna be more vigilante justice, and
Oh, that'd be so
That's
sick.
gonna-
Crime Watch.
that's gonna in
communities.
turn create more crime, though,
Yeah.
because you can't operate as a vigilante. It's still illegal.
Dude, I saw a video of someone tackling a shoplifter. And then like he was walking out with like 2 full baskets. It was like a CVS or some shit
Yeah.
like that. He was walking out with 2 full hand baskets of bullshit. I don't know, condoms or shampoo. I don't know, something.
Probably shampoo. Probably 2
CVS
full
stuff.
baskets of shampoo.
I have no idea, but he like dropped it. You know, he gets tackled. He drops it all. And then he starts like crying and he's like, "You can't do this. You can't do this. This isn't allowed." And the dude is like putting him in a chokehold. He's like, "Shut the fuck!" Like, he's like, "Shut the hell up, dude."
You're literally committing a crime.
You're committing a crime right now. And someone in the comments was like, I'm down for this kind of thing because the stores aren't going to do anything, and it's gotten to the point where people don't care and they know that the stores won't do anything. So that's why so many people steal nowadays. And I'm okay with like, you know, people stepping in and taking action where the
Right.
police won't or shops won't. And I was like, damn, that's radical as hell. But that's also like, that's radical as hell, bro.
Probably needed.
That's probably sick. Like, that's sick as fuck. That's a sick thing to say. Like, it's probably true.
I've seen both sides of it where there's like civilians helping cops and then like civilians not helping cops, and when like somebody's running away, like where
Yeah.
they trip them, and
Yeah.
the cops like, "Oh, thanks."
It's
guy,"
a
or-
weird double-edged sword, especially if you're the person on the scene, because like if you interfere, you could be charged for interfering in a police
Yeah.
investigation.
Right.
That's something that could very well happen, and you could get yourself some criminal charges.
Sure.
That's one side of the argument. On the other side of the argument, you know, you want to do the right thing. And in your case, like you see someone shoplifting, the store's not doing anything. If there's security that's not doing anything, like
Right.
you'd like to do the right thing and be like, all right, this isn't cool. Something needs done here.
Yeah, just for me, like I reading that comment, I think lit a fire under my ass. I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna stand there and granted, I've never like run into a shoplifter or anything. You know, I've never had a run
Didn't
in
you?
with a shoplifter.
Didn't you? Someone stole something from a gas station while you were there? Didn't
I
that
didn't.
happen?
I didn't know at the
Listen.
time that I know what you're talking about. I didn't know at the time that they were thieving and they were committing thievery. I thought that I just knew the people from outside of there, and then they got arrested. And I was
Then the thievery became apparent.
like, right.
If you want to hear more about that, you can go back and listen to Off Air.
yeah.
the man who has a gas station drink, and then the one that he pays for.
That's listen. You guys really like to dog on me on that, but it's so easy to do, and no one. That is a victimless crime.
Oh my
That is
God.
a victimless crime right there.
All right.
Something like stealing like 50. Listen, you guys are really trying to pop off on this milkshake on this
There's milkshakes now too.
What is it? Fucking
They're like
smoothies,
$5.
Slushies.
Listen,
slushies.
This is the economy here.
Listen, Jules, I don't give a shit about $5. I'm walking around the gas station for
the
5
gas
minutes.
station does.
Listen.
I know the gas station gives a shit about $5 fucking
No, you
dollars.
don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's
They
why
don't.
they put the fucking price on it.
They don't care.
That's
They're-
why they sell
it's-
it at $5.
Listen to this capitalist right here. Oh, yeah. Up with big money. Huh. No, dude.
I wish I
it's
could be up with big money.
okay. That is really not a big deal at all. Like, you guys really like to make a meme out of that. And I understand it's silly, but I'm talking about if I see someone stealing in a store, I'm not going to be afraid to like not stand there awkwardly. And I'm going to be like, yo, you fucker. Like, stop that shit,
What if
bro.
somebody
All right,
did
hang
it
on.
to you at
no,
the
no,
gas
no,
station?
no, no. Hang on. Let me
Then
intervene.
Then I would be like, fuck you, dude. It's a slushie. And they wouldn't know that because I throw it out and then I leave.
What if they watched you?
If someone walks out of the 7-Eleven, I'm kicking their fucking ass in the 7-Eleven parking lot. If they say, hey man, you didn't pay for that slushie, and they're not wearing a 7-Eleven shirt, I'm curb stomping their teeth. Their teeth are going to turn into dust.
All right, let me play devil's advocate here for a second.
Sure.
There's levels. To
This is a silly thing that you guys, this is a silly hill that
Well,
you guys are trying to
that's-
die on.
No. That's
It's
exactly,
a slushie,
it's
and I
silly.
do it like once a month, maybe.
It's his cheat day.
Yeah.
That's- oh, time to do a little stealing. I've been
Yeah.
good this month.
You know?
No,
If I don't think about it, like,
listen,
oh,
no, there's levels to it.
yeah.
We meme on it because it's funny. It's a goofy
It's
little
funny.
thing. And like
It's
you
funny.
said, worst case scenario, what? They yell at you and you pay $1.
Right.
Like that's
It's a
Very
victimless.
minimum.
It's a victimless crime.
when I say there's levels. You are level 1. You are like
Yeah.
guy walks in. Even if I'm observer in the gas station,
I'm level 1, 110%.
Shane's level. Shane walks in, goes, gets a slushie, and starts drinking it. And I watch him walk out, and I go, "That's pretty funny. You didn't pay for the slushie." I'm not saying you leave the store with it. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
saying if
that's-
that's the case.
If I leave the store with it, that's level 1. I don't even
That's
leave
right.
the
Shane
store with
drinks the whole thing in the store.
it. I don't even drink the whole thing. I drink like 4 sips of it, and then I throw out a third of a slushie that they're not going to use.
That's somehow worse.
I
But
don't
still,
think it
level
is.
1. That's level 1. If I saw that, I would think it's funny.
But I digress.
But I digress. My brother Ethan heard this story and went, "Oh no, that's no, I get it. Sometimes I walk in and just eat a donut. That's level 2.
What?
That's level 2, man. You're consuming an entire donut that's in their display. Again, you could make the same argument of it's not a big deal, but like, dude walks in, eats the whole donut in the store, and then might not buy anything and leaves.
See, that's
It's free donut day.
the origin of my slushy thing. It comes from a buddy of mine, but I think more retroactively, my mom we would go grocery shopping, and my mom would get a drink out of the cooler and drink it while we were shopping, and then pay for the empty bottle at
Yeah,
the end.
you can do that because you're paying for it.
Right. I think mine is just like the vigilante step of that. Like, I'm just like, well, I didn't want this slushie. I'm buying a Pepsi.
I'm
Buy slushie.
determined.
It didn't taste good. That's my opinion.
I'm determined. Just because you can convince yourself that that was the vigilante move there, you could be the like biggest hardened criminal and convince yourself you're doing right. Like you could be the nation's #1 meth dealer and you'd be like, yeah, but like when you look at it, it's kind of vigilante.
It's called gaslighting.
I think legally, I don't like the item, so I throw it away. And I apply that same rule to, well, it's the rule of announcing it. I don't like this. This is gross. Toss it in the trash. That flavor of slushie is not good.
Do you do that every time?
That is the
or do
legal.
you go like, yuck?
I mean, I don't think I do that every time.
Is that your
but
out?
but I
your
think that's
safe
my
card?
out. That's my safe card. And the same thing applies when I walk into Panera Bread and say, I love being a part of the Sips Club, and I grab one of the drinks and I pour myself a drink.
This gets worse. Level 3 was
If I announce it, they can't do anything about, I'm a part of the Sips Club.
216-859-8699. Let me know if you're part of the Sips Club.
You know, I'm not really sure on which order Style prefers to put these ads in, but I'm the Pidge, and that's okay though, because time isn't real. Oh wait, this is the wrong show. I'm talking about the Pigeonhole, everybody. Comes out once a month. Send some stuff into the Styles Rebel Radio Discord page. I will give my such beautiful 2 cents on it. I know you guys care so much. Whatever. Hey man, I'm a free content creator. Give me some slack. I like doing this.
The Artificial Intelligence Podcast is the only show written, voiced, and scored entirely by AI. All episodes are available now on stylesrebelradio.com.
The next time you're hanging out with your buds, why not reach down into your pants and whip it out for them? Let them take a good look at the Live 365 app streaming WSRR Radio 24/7, 365. Download in your app store today.
Snake? Not now. I'm trying to listen to the Rebel Radio Show.
Thank you, AARP. Third time's the charm, guys. Okay,
It happens to
You
me
know
all
all
the
good
time,
things.
don't
You know,
worry.
you know that all good things come in threes.
No worry, it
okay?
happens to me all the time, buddy.
That's why we have 3 people on the show. That's why 3's my favorite number. All right, what are we talking about?
Dude, race up Raisdale.
Yeah.
AARP apparently.
Yeah. What is that? American average role
retirement
playing.
plan, something retirement plan.
Average
Some-
Americans role play.
That's not it.
lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
All right. You're listening to the Rebel Radio Show. We're live every Monday, 5 p.m. on WSRR Radio. You can get it at the Live 365 app.
Get it.
You can get it. You can get these hands. You can get it at the Live 365 app or stylesrebelradio.com. 216-859-8699 is that number to text in. If you want to contribute to the show or if you're trying to fill out an application, not for the show, just in general, you can, use this as a reference.
Yeah.
216-859-8699. Go ahead.
I'll answer the call.
Yeah, go ahead and list this as a reference.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
That's
worked
the-
for me for 12 years.
That's the real
He's
use.
great.
Don't say that it's the Rebel Radio Show. Don't say it's the Rebel Hotline. Be like, oh, yeah, no, I worked at FedEx. And give them our number.
yeah,
And
yeah.
We'll vouch for you.
Yeah.
216-859-8699. Go ahead, write it on your resume.
I'm gonna do that.
You should.
I'm gonna put that on my own
Their
resume.
Excel reports were flawless.
Have you ever been called as a reference?
Yes.
No, I wish.
have?
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome. I wish. I'm not cool enough to be a reference on someone else's resume.
Well,
I'm not there yet.
I'm not that level.
Yeah.
so
Only level 1.
technically, I referred the person, so they had
Oh,
to check
that's
me out.
not. That doesn't count. You had direct correlation. They didn't just
Yeah.
choose you. They're like, oh, this is the guy we want to call. They didn't choose you. All right.
That would be so crazy. Have
get
you
the call?
ever gotten a
I
reference
have. I've
call?
had friends reach out to me and be like, "Hey, so and so called me as a reference." I've been told
Okay.
people have called my references. I've never been the reference that was called,
Right.
which is a shame.
yeah.
I'd like to be the reference.
I know. I would like to be the reference too.
I don't know
That'd
if
be
I could
sick.
trust myself. It depends on who, but I don't know if I could trust myself.
I would jerk the person off. I'd be like, "Oh, they're great. They're the best person ever. Yeah, they can."
if
whatever
the
the job
Pidge,
is.
if like the Pidge put me down as a reference, which I'm pretty sure he has before. I don't know. Depending on the job, I don't know if I'd be
Yeah.
able to be the best
Dude,
reference.
if the Pidge used me as a reference and I got called for his most recent job, I'd be like, "Oh, he's sick at driving. You should see him.
Dude drifts
he, can
all
go,
the
he can
time.
go so fast."
Make sure to check out the Pigeonhole on stylesrebelradio.com. But the reason we're talking about this is because companies like Olive Garden and FedEx now are forcing applicants to take they're calling it a personality test. Essentially what you do is, so I've taken some weird tests
Yeah.
for applications before.
Right.
I've had to take math tests and like IQ test kind of things, skill
Those sound
challenges.
weird,
Yeah. I don't remember what jobs these were. I think one was GameStop, which is really weird.
I took like a IQ, like a social test.
Yeah.
And that felt strange to me.
And like, yeah, so I've taken weird tests like that before. And I'm like, taking it, I'm like, this is weird. I don't know why I'm doing brain games right now to
Right.
fucking work at GameStop.
Right.
So that was weird. But now they've taken it to the next level because there's this weird, it looks like the Metaverse. It's a weird AI module.
Yeah.
You have to create a blue avatar that looks like just the god-awful Gen Z Smurf.
It looks like it's out of the metaverse.
What's
Yeah.
that Disney movie Outworld or whatever?
Inside Out?
No.
Asking the wrong
Are
guy
you
here.
talking about the one where they turn into
They're-
fish?
No, they're like
The people-
brothers, and
You're thinking of
they have to
SpongeBob.
go find their dad or something.
You're thinking of Nemo.
Oh, I know what one you're talking about, but I
That's
don't
what-
remember what it's called.
I never watched
Yeah.
it, but I know that, like, the movie looks like those people.
Yeah.
If you know what it's called, 216-859-8699. But yeah, no, you had to make this weird blue troll-like avatar
Mhm.
and then join this virtual simulation to take a quote-unquote personality test.
Oh, it's
The guy was applying for a dishwasher job, by the way. It's not
Yeah.
like he was GM or something.
right.
Dude wanted to wash dishes at Olive Garden.
Onward.
He had to make it's called Onward. He had to make a fucking metaverse
Right.
character.
I saw a meme earlier that makes me think about this. And it's a kid in a GameStop or somebody who's, oh, I'm so excited to get this game, right? Gets the game, goes home, first thing on the screen, make an account. Oh, I don't want to play this game anymore. That's where we're
Yeah.
at. The amount of times I've gotten a game or downloaded something, it's like, okay, now make an account for it.
Dude. If I'm ever applying for a job and I hit a create a character screen, I'm Xing. I'm leaving.
But
I'm leaving the interview.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But
Yeah, it
However-
seems too much.
However, if the premise is, and I don't know what else this entails. I'm sure there's like some kind of interaction you have to do with this avatar and training games or whatever you have to play with it. I'm sure
assuming,
that's what it is.
There's an app that's connected to
Right.
it, and that's your account, and that's your character for your account.
But
or
if
whatever.
if I'm the person administering this, if the entire personality test, and unbeknownst to the applicant, if it was just, hey, create a character, and based on the character you create, I get to judge your
That'd
application.
be sick.
That's where I'm okay with it.
Like, whoa, this guy's purple and he's wearing a rice field hat. He's
Hell
in.
yeah.
He's
Hell
great.
yeah, dude.
He's
That's how
hired.
dishwasher.
He's got a big long white Fu Manchu.
Dude,
He's in.
imagine you apply for a job, you go through all the application process, and the last thing is like, all right, character creation screen.
Yeah,
You're like,
dude. I'm going crazy. I'm going nuts with it.
Do you think it's because like people don't really like having like ID pictures anymore?
but they're not using it for anything.
Well, you
Here's the thing.
maybe they could have them as their like ID profile
how-
picture.
No. How many times have you gone to Olive Garden and seen an ID picture? They're not carrying around fucking backstage passes.
I know they have like
Name tags, maybe.
I see like your point, Jules, with like if you don't want to put your picture on the company messaging app or
Yeah.
something like that. I completely get that. And there should be an option to like create an avatar or something like that. I don't think that I don't think that is insanely common. I think that there are people who do that, like don't want to put their picture out there, and I
Yeah.
1000% respect that. But I think a lot of people have like a generic profile picture at the ready in today's modern era. You know, there's just something that you can pick that's safe for whatever account you're trying to create.
That was my point too. Is I think we're overthinking it. If that's where we're going, you don't need to make an avatar or take a picture. Like the only times I've ever been in like company message boards or their training protocol or something like that, they've just had stock photos to choose from. Like when I worked at GameStop,
Mhm.
you had to do things called level ups,
Mm-hmm.
and essentially it's like training on new games coming out. So you
Okay.
read and take a quiz,
Right.
5 questions, whatever. So it's like, okay, here's the new Call of Duty. Here's what you need to know about it to sell it.
Right.
Cool. Half the time we didn't do them.
Right.
I like
Um,
that you leveled up at
Yeah, that's
GameStop.
why. Yeah, but like default, it gave you like generic game pictures or flowers or whatever, and
Right.
then as you do it, you unlocked characters and shit.
Right.
But like, I would assume that's pretty common as far not the level ups, but like having just generic pictures to choose from if you have a company wide site,
yeah.
or it's just email generic silhouette man.
Well, yeah, or it's like the logo of the company.
Right.
Yeah. No, there's stuff like that that's definitely in play, and I think, like to tack on, I just feel like they're probably in today's modern era. There are probably a lot of people nowadays who like don't want their picture out,
Right.
if
So-
they don't have to.
Sure.
For example, my company during onboarding,
SpaceX.
when no,
Yeah, baby.
during onboarding when you're like very first hired, the front desk lady takes your picture in front of the wall with her iPhone, and that is your picture.
But you
forever.
Right.
have name badges and access to doors that picture is on.
Yeah.
Olive Garden doesn't. That's the moral of the.
That's
This is.
Yeah.
There's no message board for the dishwasher at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
There's maybe a group text if you're lucky.
If I'm reaching to explain this,
For the screen.
if
Hand
I'm
on the screen.
if I'm reaching, I would say this could potentially be a like profile for an app that is exclusive to the Olive Garden crew members, and then that is like your portal to
Imagine
get to.
being on the creative app team for that.
I'm just thinking. Imagine coming to Olive Garden from any other job, right? And they're like, oh no, this is our messaging form. You're like, okay, yeah, no, that's normal. And you get on, it's a fucking metaverse full of blue Smurf
Right.
trolls. And you're like, this
You have
is.
to download the Olive Garden team app
Yeah.
and then create a character. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck?
It's just an MMORPG
what
for
the
Olive
hell's
Garden.
going on? I can level up. Dude, I just came here to watch some freaking this shit. Yeah.
You gotta,
NFTs.
yeah, you gotta log into the app and then
Yeah.
find your coworker and
Yeah,
ask him to
yeah.
cover your shift.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Walk around in the world map.
Yeah. Yeah. I
For-
would be so.
From all we know, it's used as a personality test, it says, which, again, the only thing I can gather from it, I'm sure there's some kind of test that follows after character creation, but I'm just thinking they're judging them on the character, because I would. Because I 100% would. If this is like a Fortune 500 company and you show up and make a mad scientist with blue skin, you're probably not getting the job. If you make you, I'm like, all right, this is a pretty level-headed guy. Now, if I'm at Olive Garden and my dishwasher makes crazy scientist with blue hair, I'm like, you know what?
That guy's pretty.
That tracks.
That guy's pretty sick. Listen to this. Listen to this little tidbit. So at Olive Garden, when you apply for the job, you talk to an AI chatbot named Olivia, and
Rodrigo.
named after and using the likeness of Paradox founder's fiance. So I'm assuming Paradox is the company
Yeah.
that created the AI and the face models and shit, you know. So that's crazy to me that you would use. I don't know if I would do that.
We were joking around at the break about the Pittsburgh police department not being open
Yeah.
past 3 a.m.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you call them, you're just going to get an Indian call center
Yeah.
that tries to redirect your call.
yeah.
How many times have you had to like call Amazon or call some kind of support and get that call center and be like, I just need to talk to someone who knows what I'm doing
Dude.
here, or like put me in contact with. I can call the Walmart up the street and they'll send me to Dubai, and I'm like, dude, I
Yeah.
just want to know if you have charcoal. Like that's all I need to know.
Well, I feel like
I'm just trying to wash dishes, man. I don't need to do all this.
at this point, it's so hard to talk to a real person, like
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get help nowadays. You're either talking to a robot or you're on like a messaging, like you're texting an
Yeah.
AI bot that's trying to help you, and I hate it. So I just want to talk to someone
Yeah.
who's working for the company and can say, "Oh, you did this wrong. Do this."
The
You know?
worst part is the AI bot. You have to ask or answer all of their questions
To
before you
get
get
to-
to the
yeah.
normal
Right.
person.
And then maybe
you,
they'll call you.
Right.
then you have to answer the same question.
Yeah.
because they're not going to read.
Well, it's just
or
like
didn't
applying for a
know.
job.
Yeah.
You submit your
Yeah,
application 6 times.
now. Yeah.
I'm to the point now, and I've done this the past couple times where I need to reach out to support for something. I will send my message. If I get a reply back that doesn't answer my question, I will reiterate what I asked and then say, here's my number. Call me.
Yeah.
Call me if you want me to elaborate further.
Right.
Like I'm
Right.
giving you the option
Right.
to call me to solve this problem because I don't want to deal with your automation system again, or like lose the support ticket and I have to redo the automation and go through 6 tiers of management again. 216-859-8699. There's real people on that line.
Hey everyone, this is a Shaney promo. This is Shaney's new promo for off air. I talk about things and you listen, and then more of it happens. Sometimes we talk about things that you like. Sometimes we talk about other things, and that's okay. Just continue to listen, and it will be fun. You'll have a good time. You'll be like, I'm really glad I listened to off air on stylesroboradio.com. It's very worth my while. It's very worthwhile. It's very worth my time. Yeah.
Hey, Style here to remind you that stylesrebelradio.com is a group of free content creators, and because of that, you may have noticed that we don't do a lot of ad spots between our breaks, and that's intentional. We're not here to shill out to off-brand cereal or promote crappy mobile games. We strive to give you quality, professional content without the repetitive marketing. That being said, if you like what we do and want to support the shows, you can always click the link in the Spotify description to help support us for as little as 99 cents a month. Now back to the broadcast.
Whoever is the owner of the gray sedan, you left the Rebel Radio Show playing.
Welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show, and you're here, your family.
Yeah, baby.
Definitely not taken from anywhere else with blue avatars.
Well, that's us.
Welcome back to the show where we talk about things that piss me off today. You know,
Wait, listen to this.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. This is things that poop me off today.
Dude. Nice.
Thank you.
If you're watching the simulcast on YouTube live today, you saw that sweet high five. Maybe it was probably not in shot.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about self-checkout. And we've talked about self-checkout before here and there. I know this because it's something that we definitely talked about on the show. And then we've definitely brought in like 9 different occasions something going on with self-checkout. And we're like, yeah, but is that really news?
The thing is, self-checkout, it's new, and that is part of what makes it interesting. But it's also like, you're giving the people the power.
Yeah.
And I think that's in lies the problem.
Well, I'm going to say 90% of the times we have a self-checkout story that gets brought in that we don't end up talking about.
Yeah.
It's usually like, someone stole something from self-checkout, or security asked to see my receipt. And my stance is always, if you're giving me the power of self-checkout, then trust me to self-checkout. If you don't trust me, hire a cashier.
Right.
It's as simple as that. That was always my stance on it. I will say, there was a time where I give myself a little discount at self-checkout from now and then.
Oh yeah, dude. Just fucking
Slushy.
putting my nutsack up on the barcode, ringing it out as some grapes, and then putting a PS5 in my car.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Do that shit all the time. That's level 2.
But you gotta bag them. You gotta bag them too. You got so it looks like kiwis, you know.
Yeah.
2 kiwis. But they started installing cameras on self-checkout, which isn't an issue. I get it. It's to reduce theft. It works. The problem is when I do scan something and it tells me I didn't, and then it won't let me check out. I don't know if you've ever had that happen, but I have. I've also had where I get to the checkout and see how much I'm spending and go, ooh, I don't want this. And I set it off to the side, and the camera sees that and goes, you didn't pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my issue with the camera.
See, the camera's fine. I've only ever had self-checkout work in my favor where I've rung things up, and they were one price on the shelf, but they were a different price when I rang it up.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's the same product, just at a discounted rate. And I was like, oh shit, okay.
It's not slushies. That's why. That's why you've never encountered an issue with self-checkout. It's because you don't have to pay for a slushie at self-checkout. But now you're not going to have the ability to use self-checkout anymore. It's a privilege.
I want one.
It's a privilege. You have to buy a subscription to Walmart to use self-checkout now? Is that what's happening?
Walmart
Yes. So
Walmart Plus.
Walmart has always had a subscription section of their whatever. I've never done it, so I don't really know, and I am not going to, so I'm not going to.
I'll say this as a testimonial. Not for Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I have ever had credit card information stolen where money was being taken out of my bank account actively, theft, credit fraud, was from the Walmart app.
That's true.
Someone hacked my Walmart app, and because my card was on there, they bought weird purchases. They bought like a 55-inch TV and then like 7 dolls from The Shining.
Oh,
yeah,
that's very weird.
But it was like a $500 something purchase, and I saw it in real time because I had the app, and the notification came on my phone of like, your purchase has been shipped, and I went, I didn't buy anything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you called? Did you report the theft?
Well, I called my bank.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, this isn't me. You guys need to stop this transaction.
Right.
And so they're like, all right, well, we're gonna freeze your account, whatever, refund the money, report it to Walmart. And it took me, I couldn't get a hold of anyone on support at Walmart because it was like 2 a.m. So I couldn't get a hold of anyone. I kept getting automation.
Dude, that's like the Pittsburgh police, man.
Dude, I felt like I was in Pittsburgh.
2 and 7. Between 2 and 7, you're not getting a call center at Walmart.
You're screwed. Your money's gone. But no, I finally got the charges reversed and everything and just deleted my account. But I'm like, yeah, nope, we'll never make another Walmart account regardless.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and it's not like I had Plus. So I can only imagine if I was paying a subscription service.
Right.
But anyway, so they want everybody to basically have Walmart Plus.
Right.
The premise is that if you are a Walmart Plus member, then you will have access to the self-checkout. However, if it is a busy time of the day and there's a lot of things going on, they don't have enough staff or whatever.
Right. Again, Pittsburgh police.
They're going to open up the self-checkout to non-premium plus payers or buyers or whatever.
Right.
Just
regular
average Joe.
Cowpoke like you and I.
And then you can go ahead and pay and leave like a regular person.
Like a free account holder, yeah. So this isn't new.
Boycott Walmart.
Well, they've had the premium checkout for a while. I've seen them in Walmart.
What?
So typically, at least Walmarts around here, you have self-checkout on either end of the store.
Yes.
The lines of 25 registers in the middle that maybe 2 of them are open.
Yeah.
And then right before the second self-checkout on one side, you have like a lane of maybe 4 self-checkouts that's got a sign over it that says you got to have Plus or this account to use these ones.
Oh.
I never see anyone in those, number one.
Oh, I did not know about that.
Yeah, next time you go to Walmart, keep your eye out.
And I bet they are there, and I just have never noticed them. That's
Usually, they're near the like Walmart Pay area, like the spot where people cash their checks or get money from.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
But that's been a thing for a while.
Sure.
So, like, I knew this was going on. I didn't think they'd rule out self-checkout, but here's my bigger issue with ruling out self-checkout. You're going to make, just like the Pittsburgh PD, you're going to make the PPD, you're going to make more work for yourself. Because now, if all of self-checkout works like this, and it's not ruled busy hours, they don't have surge pricing, we'll talk about that in a minute. If it's not busy hours and people that can only use the self-checkout with the app, that means you got to staff people to check things out for all of us guest accounts. You gotta let people check out with other people. Then, if we can't use the self checkout, we talked about this weeks ago. We've gone so far backwards in grocery shopping and stores. Like the 12 item or less line doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
I thought that was the greatest thing when I was a kid, and like I wasn't doing the shopping, but I'm like, damn, that's quick as hell. I'm coming in for a carton of eggs. I'm getting out with the carton of eggs in 5 minutes.
Right.
Why isn't that a thing? Why can't we just staff people to check people out? Why do I have to have a subscription to go to Walmart?
The whole subscription, like,
and Target's doing this too, by the way.
It's
so
crazy.
Walmart is Sam's Club now.
Yeah,
pretty much. It's crazy, but it makes sense to me. And yeah, I guess Sam's Club has always been a thing, and that's not really looked at as a
Sam's
crazy.
Club, Costco.
That's not
that
like,
type
but
of
that's
vibe.
more for like you're getting a
Bulk.
bigger, you're getting bulk for a better rate.
Yeah,
you know?
so I don't have a Sam's Club membership.
Or
I've-
Costco.
Or
anything
Costco or
like
BJ's. Yeah.
anything like that.
There's another one too, but
yeah,
any of those bulk food retailers. I don't subscribe to that theory, but I understand it.
I think it does make sense. I think if like for big families and like, you know, shit like that can make sense in certain scenarios.
I don't plan that far ahead with food, and it's a downside. That's on me for doing that.
Sure.
However, if I did, that would be a smart thing to do because like you are paying, and you can go into Sam's Club. You just can't buy anything.
Yeah.
You have to have a membership, which is like what so many bucks a month.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's like 12 or something. Like,
Okay.
Probably more now, and I bet there's tiers to it. And
Right.
shit. I don't know, but
I'm a level 3 Sam's member, dude. You better watch out.
I'm at Xeno.
I was gonna say I'm so close to meeting Xenu. that's how you buy your way into Scientology. You got to be at least a level 15 Sam's member first, and then you can start learning about Xenu. But no, I understand the process of like, okay, at least I get you're paying for the service because you're getting a lot more at a cheaper rate.
Right.
Because though there is a trade-off here. Yes, you're canceling it out by paying for your subscription, but there is a trade-off. You are getting something in return. They're making me pay for what I was already getting. It's the same shit as when Netflix goes, oh, well, we have to add ads now, or you can pay more to not have them. I was already paying to not have them, and you changed the system. Why would I pay more now?
So here's my only like rebuttal and big takeaway on all of this is like, so my fiance has a Target Circle membership, and she has a Target Circle card and uses both frequently. We go to Target a lot. And she gets points, she gets money off of like she can redeem whatever and get $5 off her purchase. And then there are certain things where if she spends X amount of money on specific items, she gets gift cards. So she's gotten like $20 gift cards back from buying like just things that she needed because of the circle. And like, so where I'm going is if there are perks to the Walmart Plus and to the Target Circle,
there probably is.
I can understand that. This does not seem like a perk to me.
That's my issue is I understand that, but they're trying to beef up the perks.
You put a paywall in front of the easiest way to do the process. And like, I feel like we were just having a conversation less than 8 months ago about, man, nobody works at the cash registers anymore. There's literally only a couple people looking at self-checkout.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone went to self-checkout, and that's what everyone did. And now they're trying to take it away again, or now that it has become popularized,
Yeah.
they're trying to take it away. I think, yeah, you're gonna have to, what you said, Style, you're gonna have to hire more people, but like it's also just, it's gonna make the regular cowpoke like you and I, the regular layman who isn't subscribed to Walmart Plus or Target, whatever, it's gonna piss us off.
Just
And we're
because-
not gonna go there.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Mark's or a Drug Mart,
Meijer.
Meyer or Wegman or fucking Wawa, whatever. I don't fucking know. You're gonna go somewhere else.
Fucking
That isn't,
sweet Wegmans pull.
dude. I'm trying to think other, other places, bro.
I wonder if they will post their like surge pricing hours.
So let's talk about that real quick because we keep bringing up that term.
Yeah.
If you don't know what surge pricing is, and it seems like it happened overnight. Literally, like in the span of 24 hours, it was announced and gotten rid of.
Well, yeah, because you brought it up before we
Yeah.
went on about surge pricing and how Wendy's was going to do so. Because I
Yeah.
had forgot about that.
So-
Because like how you exactly said, it came and it went away so quick that I.
From what I understand, surge pricing, it probably didn't come from this, but it's recently been popularized by like DoorDash.
Yeah.
So you'll know if you use like a DoorDash or an Instacart or something like this in like peak hours, we'll say. Like if you're,
Which
if
is
you're
so
ordering-
dumb because they make up the peak hour.
Yes.
They don't
Yeah.
matter.
I mean, we talked about it years ago, but there was we had the picture of someone would order DoorDash and got the Chicago fee. There's just a $2 fee. That's the Chicago
yeah,
fee.
right.
Like, okay, I'm just paying because I'm in
Okay.
Chicago.
The
Right.
iPhone fee.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, iPhones got charged more at one point too.
Mhm.
But like, they'll set their peak hours and they'll say, okay, well, even if you have Dash Pass, if you have DoorDash Plus, if you order within these hours, you're going to get charged a little more. There's service fees on top of your service fees and on top of your tax. You're going to have to pay more because you want to eat at dinner time.
Right.
That's what surge pricing is essentially.
Right.
So the price is not stable. It varies depending on when you are purchasing.
The other one that I had heard was dynamic pricing.
Yes.
That was the
yes.
other one that I had heard to surge and dynamic.
Which I worked somewhere that had surge pricing technically, and I never thought about it. I used to work at a bowling alley, and obviously we have leagues, and obviously everyone wants to bowl on the weekends.
Right.
Because that's when you're free.
Right,
So
right.
during the week, if we didn't have leagues, you paid like, it was $20 for an hour or something like that, and you got up to 6 people for that $20. So like, you bring 6 people, it's $20 for an hour. Not a terrible deal.
Right.
But if you came on the weekend, it was $25 an hour because, higher demand,
Right,
supply and
right.
demand, which I guess that's what this really is just supply and demand.
Yeah.
Just to an extremely stupid extent.
Yes.
So like,
Wendy's came out and said, oh, well, we're going to start experimenting with surge pricing in stores.
Yeah.
So if you come at 3 a.m. and get a Baconator, it might be $5. But if you come at 5 p.m. around dinner time and get one, it might be $7.
Right.
The fuck?
Crazy.
which
Crazy.
I just won't eat at Wendy's, like you were saying with Walmart. Just not go.
which when you think about it, it really just inconveniences the average person
Yeah.
because you get a 12 o'clock break at lunchtime from your work. You go to Wendy's.
Guess what? 1 hour of special surge pricing.
Yeah.
Your fries are $15.
It's literally the opposite of happy hour.
So
Right,
now
right.
every
Unhappy
day
hour.
you're
Sad
paying
hour.
the highest price for your lunch.
But the thing is, that's the point. They know that that's when it's going to be busiest. They're going to be the most full. So they're going to charge you more because they
But-
know you're still going to go no matter what.
No, hang on.
But doesn't that create the inverse? Aren't people going to start
Yeah.
going at the lesser hours and create the surge that way?
Yeah, 100%. They're going to have to end up just switching the surge hours after they're not going to get any business during normal dinner time.
Well, that's why it's dynamic.
Yeah, because it can.
It changes.
Yeah, it can fluctuate.
That's fucked.
Hey, Pittsburgh PD, pick up the phone and listen to this one, all right? If you do this, if you make your hours fluctuate, people are just going to go around these hours. That's just what you're going to have happen.
They should come up with like dynamic policing. maybe surge hours for police officers. There'll be 15 cops on one block.
They just need to use the
That's just called
Boston
Parma.
Dynamics.
That's just called Parma, Ohio, man.
It's called Ridge Road, baby.
You get pulled over for a speeding ticket, 8 cops.
Yeah,
You call
yeah.
someone for a burglary, you might get one.
Yeah, maybe.
Replace-
Depends on when you call.
Right.
Replace the cops with AI and Boston Dynamics.
Then you have to go through
Whoa.
telemarketing for that.
That'd be great. Yeah, then you'd have to go through. Yeah. Now you're really calling.
Could you describe the issue?
call centers? Yeah, this whole surge pricing.
Which
and
let me specify real quick. I was pumped when I heard about this initially because I'm like, surge pricing. Fuck yeah, they're bringing back surge. That shit was awesome. And then I realized what it
yes.
was.
Listen, I was pumped for that because I knew we had a show like the next day, and then
And then within
woke
24
up,
hours.
and it was like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah,
people were
that was
angry.
the other thing. I forgot about it because it was such a big story of what the fuck are they doing that they went back immediately and were like, sorry, never mind.
They were bullied.
Yeah.
Hard.
Wendy's execs and Pittsburgh PD got one thing in common. Stop announcing your plans to jack people up, man.
Dude, okay. Wheezy once said, real G's move in silence like lasagna. So maybe just, take that one and run with it.
Hang on, what am I missing from that?
Real G's
move
in silence
Oh,
like lasagna.
the G's.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, that went over my head.
Real G's move in silence,
I'm
baby.
not a real G.
Real G's move
Not
in
a real G.
silence.
Fake G over here. 3G over here.
Call me Gail because you can hear that shit.
That was stupid.
I know.
I can't get
I'm
over
gonna
how
fire
stupid that
myself.
was.
Bye.
You're lucky our HR is on surge hours right now.
But this whole surge dynamic pricing thing and then the subscription to it's also crazy. This is all insane, right?
It's the economy.
We've gotten to the point where it's just like, well, let's try something new. We have a system that works, but let's try something new.
Because
could we make more money?
They're
that's
probably
all it
gonna.
is.
These companies might take a hit. Probably will take a little bit of a hit.
Yeah.
But it's really up to them to decide if it's enough of a hit to stop doing it.
So
you know what I mean?
Let's clarify too, because I know we've talked about it a little bit. Wendy's announced this at the start of a day.
Mhm.
It went viral because everyone's making the memes of, oh, dude, you got to buy low, sell high on your fucking 4 for 4. You got a 4 for 4 for $8 today at the peak. So it became viral, and everyone started memeing on surge pricing. And by the end of the day, the CEO had announced, "Yeah, we're not going to do surge pricing, guys. We take back our statements." No, this is the stupidest business model. At least I can comprehend the thought process between the Walmart premium of well, we want to give people benefits to join our membership, right? At least I get that. You telling me someone's gonna be okay coming to Wendy's one day and spending $5 on a burger, and the next day they spend 10?
There's already a little bit of benefits from having Walmart Premium. You get to get the Apple Pay service.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, because Walmart is the only place that doesn't have Apple Pay. So if you have Walmart Pay, you can pay with the app on.
How long before that becomes a federal law?
That
Apple
everywhere
Pay?
has to have.
Yeah,
Apple
because
Pay.
there were places.
Oh, I bet.
Well, there were places that used to just not take card, and there were places that used to not take checks.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's coming down the line.
Yeah.
You have to be able to accept virtual payment.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other
probably very soon.
discounts that you get at Walmart when you pay the premium. But who the
you're not
fuck
getting a
wants to
discount
pay
for
the
paying.
premium at fucking Walmart? If I want to pay the premium, I'm gonna go to a different store that sells better shit.
I think the moral of the story here is if you're paying for Walmart Premium, you should feel bad.
Yeah.
What are you
feel
doing,
fucking
man?
bad.
Buy a Sam's Club membership at that point. At least you're getting a bigger trade-off.
It just it bothers me. Where it bothers me is the fact that we had self checkout and it worked so well, and
They even have it at CVS.
so much
Dollar General.
so that there was an influx of everybody used self checkout and nobody used to the point where regular checkouts were pretty much no one was at them. They were just people watching the self checkouts, and so I don't know. It was so popular. I think that we can find a happy medium, and I think that's what maybe they're trying to do with something like this is find the happy medium of some people use checkout and some people use self checkout. But I don't think
They're doing it the wrong way by.
Yeah, I think maybe you close it on certain days of the week and then open it. Maybe self checkout is open for everybody on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and the weekends.
That would be perfectly fine.
And then weekdays self checkout is closed.
But the only way I can see people being happy with that trade off is if during the hours that it is closed to the regular person or whatever, all of the regular checkouts are staffed.
I'll tell you one thing.
You need to be able to walk into Walmart and see workers checking out
at
people
every
and
single checkout thing.
know you're going to be able to get out of there.
Or maybe even take away 3 of the checkouts that are there, and that's fine.
We're overthinking it. There's one thing that Walmart could do to get me to become a member, and it would work hands down overnight. I'd sign up for an account. If you told me if I sign up for Walmart Premium Plus,
Mm-hmm.
I would have access to 24-hour Walmart again.
Ooh. That is
Start checking QR codes at the door.
that would be wild. That would be wild, and I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened with because I've never seen a 24-hour Target, but
Walmart after
Walmart
dark.
has been 24 hours forever. That's always been a thing.
I'm saying you killed two birds with one stone because I was a big Walmart 3 a.m. kind of guy. That's where I did my shopping.
Yeah.
It's a lot quieter. You get a lot of the odder crowd.
Of
I'll
course,
say
but
that.
that's what you're kind of going for that, honestly.
Your third shift workers.
But you kill two birds with one stone. If Walmart Plus or Premium or whatever the fuck they call it, if that's your ticket in, you gotta have a QR code to get in it past a certain time. They got bouncers at the door at the Walmart.
Yeah. It won't be as many.
Yeah.
Can
It
I
won't
get
be as
chipped
many
by
weirdos.
Walmart?
It's gonna have to be people that
It's
are
gonna be
paying
regular
to get in.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it'll just be all the people that just happen to also be up late and active.
Yeah, dude. Club Mart.
Interesting.
Club Mart.
Very interesting.
Then you bring back the deli, open up late night at Walmart, and have them frying up snacks at the
Dude,
counter there.
Late night deli at Walmart would be crazy.
Walmart CEO, give me a ring. 216-859-8699.
Dude, yeah. That would be so awesome.
Anyone who's making a store needs to take this business model right here. Fuck surge pricing, dude.
Well, it's just that COVID killed every nothing is 24 hours anymore. You
But
know?
it's been 4 years.
Right.
216-859-8699. Let me know if you'd buy a subscription to Club Mart. 216-859-8699 is the number to text into the show. It works for all of our shows, not just the Rebel Radio Show. We're live every Monday at 5 p.m. on WSRR Radio. 10 a.m. Eastern Time in podcast form. It's the Rebel Podcast out every Wednesday. All of our shows are found at stylesrebelradio.com, like Shaney's off air. We've got The Pigeonhole, Beyond Bounds, 50 episodes of the Sports Avenue podcast with Jimmy Simonis. A whole bunch of great content there as well. That's stylesrebelradio.com. Gets you the link to the station. That's WSRR Radio. Make sure you download the Live 365 app. Take us with you wherever you go. Until next time, I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Styles. To my right is Shaney.
Hi, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Adios.
Peace.